Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Pasadena Community College, and I would like all of you to make an effort to pay your preachers a little extra for this beautiful weather we have today. We're delighted to have you here on our beautiful campus, if I do say so myself, and to welcome you to a college that has been here for 51 years serving this community. And its first and foremost job is its namesake, the community. So we're delighted to have you here. Today, our focus is on the Commonwealth, 2 words, of the Commonwealth of Virginia. And it starts right here in Martinsville, Henry County, and it starts right here as a renaissance of a community that is so rich in tradition and in promise. Today we're gathered to really celebrate the history of this community, to engage in the present where we will boldly and confidently and passionately just make great things happen just because we can. And the future, which our goal is to fully resurrect the fundamental entrepreneurial DNA of this community. This community was built by entrepreneurs. It was built by people who had vision and passion and understood that what they were about was what was greater than themselves. And today we have an opportunity to celebrate collaboration and partnership at an unparalleled level. Innovation and extraordinary opportunities for the people of this community. So if you've been waiting for our ship to come in, well, you need to set your eyes starboard. Today we begin a new chapter in Martinsville, Henry County that we have written ourselves, the next chapter, for our economic well-being and our quality of life really frame the story that we're about to tell. This is the story of quality education, quality training, quality resources, quality jobs, and quality future. So this is our pursuit of excellence, that we make this happen for ourselves. We have really, as my daddy used to say, we have locked in the radio dial and ripped the knob off. We are tuned in to our new era of prosperity and opportunity. So this is the time, this is the place, and I think it's a defining moment for us. And you can tell we're just all a little bit excited about it. I have to tell you, I can't think of a greater honor than to be here today to introduce the Center for Advanced Film Manufacturing. A true, not rhetoric that sounds good in a soundbite, but a true public-private partnership where globally recognized companies, economic and community development, and academic and workforce training institutions come together and create a one-of-a-kind training and job pathway in advanced films. Martinsville, Henry County is, yes indeed, the window film capital of the world. Our community is home to the largest global share of advanced films manufacturing. This Center for Advanced Film Manufacturing will feature state-of-the-art equipment, cutting-edge film technologies, a world-class faculty, and a one-of-a-kind advanced technology films certificate program. This 28-credit program prepares a student precisely for a career in the advanced films industry, with scholarships, internships, apprenticeships, and what is most important, a real-world experience all wrapped in. We have a pathway here. We have set a course from education to training to hands-on application to a real-world job. A real-world job. The Center for Advanced Film Manufacturing is the real deal. Write it in your book. And the best part, I think, is it's happening right here in Martinsville, Henry County. Now, you may ask, how in the world did this happen? And I will assure you that this is not a singular effort by anyone. It is truly the power of partnerships. the power of collaboration with individuals who came to the table for the right reasons. And they understood that this is one case that is absolutely not about me, about any individual. And they agreed to do the right thing for the right reasons, committing to an idea, an initiative, an opportunity that is greater than all of us. I'm truly honored to be here today. I'm honored for you to be on the campus of Patrick Henry Community College. I'm honored to say that these are our partners, these are our teammates, these are our fellow champions. And this is a wonderful, wonderful day to celebrate the Commonwealth of the Commonwealth. I'm delighted now to introduce Brian Miller. He is currently the superintendent of the Utilities Division in Kingsport, Tennessee, and the previous site manager for Eastman Chemical Company. Would you please give a round of applause and welcome to Brian Miller.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
I had the privilege of working as our site manager here in Martinsville for the past year, and just recently returned back to Kingsport. And it's been an honor to get to work with the local community leaders, and also to be leading the site here in Martinsville for Eastman. We made the acquisition of Solutia back in July of 2012, and since that time we've been learning and gearing up and getting our arms around this performance films business that we're so excited about. To add a couple more comments about Eastman, we made an announcement back in the fall of last year where we're making a $40 million investment at the site, and then most recently we announced the acquisition of Commonwealth Laminating and Coating, and that's even going to make this program even better going forward as we likely will join forces in the second half of this year. So very excited about those two announcements. We're also very excited to be part of this community. Hopefully you've seen Eastman participate in things like the United Way campaign and Day of Caring and some of the other civic organizations in the community. We really believe companies have a role to play in making communities better. And nothing's more important in helping communities grow and thrive than to have this Center for Advanced Film Manufacturing to help support the growth and development of manufacturing and manufacturing jobs in the community. So we have a lot of experience doing that. In Kingsport, I was responsible a few years ago for helping the Regional Center for Advanced Manufacturing take off. And in the division I was leading there, we hired over 500 people out of that center in the last 6 years. So it's a very important part of workforce development. And the amazing thing about the way this came together in Martinsville was you had a collaboration of some great leaders. Everybody was willing to work tirelessly and selflessly to make this happen in a very short period of time. This concept was developed in the fall of last year, and in 5 short months, here we are today, publicly announcing the program, and we're hoping to have students knocking on the door to sign up and register for the fall semester of 2014. So it's really exciting. There's a couple of comments I'll add to what Dr. Godwin said about the needs that we have in manufacturing. It's extremely important to be competitive in manufacturing, that we have the employees that have the skills they need to be successful. In advanced manufacturing, you work with technology and automation, and in some cases robotics and control systems. You interface with computers. So you've got to have people that are comfortable and capable working in and around technology, and also they've got to have the kind of the general life skills that you need to see with in terms of citizenship, teamwork, dependability, all those behaviors that it takes for employers to be successful competing in this global economy. So this program is designed not only to teach the fundamental technical skills we think are needed in the film manufacturing operations, both of our two companies as well as other similar industries, but we're also trying to teach those fundamentals that are needed for young people and young and old alike to be successful when they do obtain employment at one of these manufacturing locations. We think the graduates from this program will be well suited for any manufacturer, but certainly well suited for the field manufacturing organizations in and around Martinsville. So a lot of people I want to recognize very briefly here that had a hand to play in this. Certainly Dr. Godwin, Rhonda Hodges from Patrick Henry Community College. They've been great partners to Eastman ever since we arrived in town. So thank you very much to Patrick Henry Community College and your team, Dr. Godwin, for supporting Eastman. Senator Wampler, Dr. Blevins from New College Institute. I'll tell you, I've had an opportunity to walk through the new facility that's going up in Martinsville, and it's going to be state of the art and an exciting way to recruit and develop our economic development activities, as well as a place to learn and grow for the students and future employees in the community. So that's just really an asset, and you'll hear more about how we're going to leverage that with this Center for Advanced Film Manufacturing as well. Mark Keith and Lisa Lyle, and Lisa, thank you so much for all you've done to get this to today. Lisa's kind of been one of our taskmasters to keep us on track. Done a great job. Mark's been a great partner for us from an economic development standpoint, and really wanted to make sure that from his standpoint he was doing everything he could to help Eastman settle into the community and get involved. So Mark, thank you for that. Richard Hall, who has turned out to be a very good friend and someone I've enjoyed getting to know in the community. He's a founding board member for Commonwealth Laminating and Coating, and he's also very committed and tied into this community. He'll be joining or taking the podium in just a second. We also had many other Eastman and Commonwealth team members that have been helping on this project. I'd also like to introduce Pat Calavera, who's the newly appointed site manager for the Martinsville site. So Pat, thank you for being here today. And also Eric Niebler is here. Eric leads the Eastman worldwide, he's the director of the worldwide manufacturing for the performance films business. So we're glad to have both of them here today. And in closing, I wanted to add a couple of comments about manufacturing in general. In 2011, the Harvard Graduate School of Education published this document called The Pathways to Success. And there's a lot of facts in there. It's about a 40-page white paper that talks about manufacturing and maybe where we've missed the boat in some places in our country. In the early 70s, 72% of our workforce in the United States could obtain a job or had jobs that didn't require more than a high school education. Well, 40 years later today, only 36% of our jobs can be done by someone with a high school education or less. So we've got more jobs in this country, but it's jobs that require more skills and training and technology. That shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. We are continually trying to learn and develop and grow, and our competitive advantage in manufacturing is clearly centered around the ability to use technology, automation, and improve productivity for the benefit of competition and being competitive on a global scale. So in order to be successful in manufacturing in the United States, we have got to embrace technology, and we've got to embrace the skills and training we need to get people ready to assume those kind of jobs. It's just vitally important. A big step in that is partnering with our community colleges and these training centers and the higher ed centers like the one with New College Institute. Those are great assets for this community. We need to continue to nurture those and leverage them as we go forward. And in closing, I would just like to thank Dr. Goff, who was a consultant that helped us with developing the concepts around this program as well. He couldn't be here today, but he's been a key player for us. And also the many other people that work to make this event happen today. There's a lot of people that are going to be participating in the Career Expo a little bit later today. We've got our HR team from Eastman and Commonwealth Laminating that's available to answer questions about potential employment, internships, scholarships. That's the other thing about this program that's so neat is we're going to be able to offer need-based scholarships from a financial standpoint. We're also going to offer a number of internship opportunities for people that go through the program so they get some practical experience along with the academic and life skill training they'll get through the 28 credit hours in the program. So I couldn't be happier. And again, we talk about unleashing the potential at Eastman every day, particularly at this site in Martinsville. And certainly this is a day where I think the community is unleashing the potential. So that's really great. And with that, I'm going to introduce Richard Hall and turn it over to him. Thank you.
Wow, tough act to follow with Dr. P and Brian there. But first of all, I've been with Commonwealth Laminating Coating since 1995 when we started in a small boardroom downtown Martinsville. And it's been really exciting to watch it grow and thrive in our community. It's just been a great experience. And when we started this particular program, we were two individual companies that were fierce competitors in the marketplace who had no idea we'd be where we are today. And Eastman had the forethought to invite us to the table, realizing a rising tide carries all ships. And they could get further in our community, raising the entire level of the workforce. And for that, I thank you, because it's truly opened the door to the possibilities that we have today. We have a long history of investment, capital infrastructure, investment in jobs here in Martinsville and Henry County. Most recently, we've invested over $17 million announced in 2011 into infrastructure and I think 45 jobs in that one. And most recently, we purchased the Shell building that we announced in 2013, another $7 million investment. It's now our master distribution center. And unfortunately, it's completely full now, so I'm sure Mark will be beating on our door to expand again. We're so pleased to be involved in this project, because I don't know if you guys can tell from a personal note why Eastman is the right partner for our business and our employees. It should be obvious to everyone here why we are currently where we are today. The new face of what's going to become out of this is going to be very exciting. We believe that the new face of economic development in this changing, evolving world is what you're seeing here today. This collaboration between industry, the EDC, our institutional partners at NCI and Patrick Henry are going to allow us to truly focus on what makes each of these companies successful. Eastman values people as much as Commonwealth values people. And I've said it before and I continue to say it, the real magic of what makes us successful is the people. People in the advanced film industry, you just have to be, it's a different mindset. You have to be good at so many things. And critical thinking is so important. And people who understand that and realize that are now going to make special things happen. When a trained and educated workforce is created, jobs will follow it. And that's what we're trying to create here today, especially when you have a community like ours that has so much more to offer than just jobs. This is a great place to live. We all live here for a reason, and it's nice to know that you can promote something else other than just the work. The community is a good piece of this. This new center will solidify our community as the advanced film manufacturing worldwide on multiple fronts. First, we can address the growing need for employees that we all have. And those employees that we all need are just not at Eastman and Commonwealth. They're all the industries that supply us and all the other industries in our community. We recently met, as part of this, Pat and a number of us met with other industries in the community to announce this program prior to today, because it benefits everyone. 80% of this curriculum will benefit everyone, and I'll get to that in a minute. This program has been carefully outlined to highlight the classes that are critical to success in the workplace, such as math, science, technical skills, and again, most importantly, those critical thinking skills that allow people to make on-the-job decisions that allow us to be successful. Secondly, the 80% of this that I mentioned before, this curriculum, is applicable to every industry in the area. Who doesn't want another employee that is skilled, technically ready, has leadership qualities, and is ready to go to work? The final 20% of this program will allow students who want to specialize in advanced film manufacturing to go the rest of the way. Those are the employees that we are after. Students who will learn on state-of-the-art equipment housed at the New College Institute and be guaranteed an interview upon completion. As Brian mentioned, and they'll get into a little bit more as the program goes on, the scholarship and internships available here, it sets the stage for success. We're looking for people who want careers. People are sick of jobs. They want a career. They want somewhere that's going to believe in them as much as they want to believe. That's the unique thing about this. I've never been involved in anything like this where people have come together over 5 months and pulled the same road. And everyone showed up to every meeting. I've never been involved in anything like that. Lastly, as a community, we're gaining a tremendous teaching asset in the equipment that's going to be housed at the new college. This new equipment and the related technologies with the educational component will open our area to a host of economic development opportunities that Senator Wampler will talk about in a minute. The industry that we're in is so complex and unique that we find ourselves sending people all over the world for training. There are seminars that are held in the Hampton Inn in Glenbrook, Illinois, at some point next month, where 25 people will go pay $2,000 to sit at the Hampton Inn and look at slides on what advanced film manufacturing is. This new program says, why go look at a slide when you can see a machine and you can get out there and physically see it, feel it, touch it, and understand it? The message is so powerful. It's unbelievable what this can become. And Senator Wampler will address that in a second. Again, I want to thank our partners on this project. Dr. Godwin, it's just been a breath of fresh air in the area. I continue to say that, and it's just nice to have you here. Her staff, Rhonda Hodges, what you did on the curriculum, you guys will all see this curriculum later. It's been laid out. It's been laid out for success. Senator Wampler and Dr. Blevins, what you guys have done with us so far, we've been long supporters of your NCI internship program. I don't know how many interns we've employed, but it's been just a success back to our K through 12 partners of coming through. What you guys have done is amazing. Where's Mark? Mark Heath. Mark Heath, Lisa Lyle, and the EDC. He won't take credit, but it takes a lot of credit to realize it's a whole lot easier to hold an industry at home than to go find a new one. And Mark figured that out a long time ago. So thank you so much, Mark. Brian, Pat, Charles, it's been so good to get to know you guys in this process, and again, we appreciate everything. Staff members from Commonwealth, Matt Phillips, who's been just the backbone of this whole thing since we started, Ralph, and those guys, it's been really good, as well as the folks from Eastman. And you guys are going to see a piece of equipment in a second, and two names you won't hear that deserve credit, David McMillan and Ralph Schultz. You're going to see a piece of equipment land in Martinsville at some point in the next year. It's going to be pretty special. And credit needs to be doled out where it's due. And these guys have put together something that both our companies can work on and teach from, that's going to be in the community for not 2 years, not 3 years, but 5 and 10 years. This program is designed for stuff like that. So, lastly, to finish up, as Brian mentioned, representatives from Eastman are here, as well as we have our staff, Rachel and Kelly, back there for anyone from Human Resources who have questions. I could not be more excited to be part of this community or this project. It's just, it's going to be special. So, thank you so much.
morning to you all. I used to make a living trying to assess the crowd. You all are very defensive with your arms crossed, or as we said back home, it's cold enough to kill hogs. One of the two. I will also try to complete my remarks within 3 minutes or less before the Amen choir stands to sing me down. But I do want to say also good morning to you on behalf of the new college. It's exciting to be part of this announcement with all of our partners assembled here today. Here is where I will offer one moment of brief senatorial prerogative about our industry partner, Eastman. There you are, CG. I've been looking for you, and I want you to listen to this. Before moving to Martinsville, I represented the far southwest part of our state for 24 years as a member of the Senate of Virginia. Eastman in Kingsport, Tennessee, had the single largest concentration of employees from Southwest Virginia, over 3,000. Those 3,000 Virginians who went to work at Eastman not only earned a living, but they had careers that enabled them to raise families. Eastman is a great company where you can enjoy a career, and I can tell you in the first person that when Eastman commits, it is for the long term. Now, when you combine Eastman and Commonwealth Laminating, Martinsville and Henry County will have a global presence within the performance film sector, and what a perfect match. Our partner, Patrick Henry Community College, Dr. Godwin, who will provide the academic sizzle, has been a leader in providing real workforce training solutions for decades. With today's announcement, NCI is, once again, pleased to partner with Patrick Henry Community College. Here I go off script. Where is Dean Hodge? Rhonda, where are you? And there you are. So the new college does not have gold medals to give to Olympiads, but I would say that between you and Dr. Blevins, the work that you all performed to create this curriculum, we would give you 5 gold medals, whether you are Nadia Comaneci or Mary Lou Retton. You all have done a wonderful job of pouring your DNA into this project to get us to where we are in record time. Our K-12 partners are also a critical piece of this solution of a highly trained workforce. And I want to say thanks to Pam Heath and to Dr. Cotton and DeWitt, if you would pass that along for us, please. NCI's new building will be the host to a performance film equipment set that is world-class, second to none, one of a kind, that will draw attention from around the globe as to how this community is meeting the needs of businesses to have a highly trained workforce. And more importantly, the next generation of workers will enjoy a hands-on experience with this one-of-a-kind, state-of-the-art equipment. Once the equipment is delivered, we will invite the community to experience what your business and educational partners have created. The new College Institute would not be where we are today, doing what we are doing this morning, but for the commitment from the Harvest Foundation to the new college. I would like to add thanks to the Harvest Foundation for your vision and your continued support. It's not just for the new college, but it is for the entire community. Lastly, it has been said that when you put Dr. Godwin and Senator Wampler in the same room at the same time, there is no oxygen left. So I close by saying, the rearview mirror is an important tool, but today we are looking forward to the future through the windshield, hopefully with the next generation of performance film attached thereto. Thank you all very much.
We accidentally left some folks out. We want to thank Mary Ray Carter, I think, is here.
There she is.
Congressman Hurt, Senator Hurt, his office is here. All our local, again, when this whole thing went down a month ago, we made a point to call each of our local supervisors and councilmen who've been supportive of Commonwealth over the year. You guys, this whole thing wouldn't have happened without you guys along the way. We wanted to be sure we thanked you guys. And lastly, the easy one to forget, but the one who's always there whenever we need something, Barry Nelson, Lee Nelson, and Autos by Nelson. Anytime we pick the phone up just to do a demo of a vehicle or something, and this goes back for 10 years, it's what do you need and where do you need it. So thank you so much for answering the call for us.